Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome back to Bohemian Path Tarot. I'm Jen, and today we are doing June tarot readings. I've got the Unfolding Path Tarot here, and I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. I like to skip ahead through the shuffle part, so I'll fast forward, and I will see you on the other side of the shuffle for your reading. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what we've got. Ooh, Magician. Hanged. I like to call this one the Hanged one. Ooh, Death. And the Star. Wow. Sagittarius, that is 4 major arcana cards. So far this month, you are the second person to get 4 major arcana cards. We are getting a few readings that have a lot of major arcana. So that means a lot of shifts, right? Internal work that's leading to external changes. Okay. So starting with the Star card. The Star card is all about sort of wish fulfillment, right? When it shows up, it indicates, things are starting to open up. Things are starting to lighten up. Things are starting to change for the better. You have reason to be more hopeful. You can look forward to progress. If things have been sort of stagnant or stuck for a while, this is an excellent sign that things are going to start to open up and move forward. It's a good sign of being in better alignment, in being in better attunement. It's a sign to follow your star. Now, this is going to sound very specific, but if there are any Sagittarians who are performers, there is sometimes an association with sort of fame or acknowledgement or acclaim that comes with a star card. So if you do content creation, something of yours could go viral, or if you are an actor or a musician, something you could book a gig, or something you have recorded could get picked up, or something of that nature. Obviously, if you're an astrologer and you're wondering if something this is time for you to start a YouTube channel or a TikTok, absolutely. Though you would know that from your own, from the sort of astrological omens as well. But even if you don't fall into any of those categories, this is just generally a very positive card and a sign that things are looking up, that things are going to start moving, that positive progression is on the horizon, and that you can start being hopeful, start taking steps towards the things you want, because you are now more in the flow and more in alignment with, kind of your chosen path and the things that you have been working towards. And that is absolutely echoed over here in the Magician. Now, of course, the Magician is the manifester of the tarot, right? There is absolutely the practical piece with the Magician. Like, you have to do the legwork. You have to kind of put in the effort. Not only is the Magician about, the visualization piece, but you also have to do the legwork of, submitting resumes or meeting people or going on dating apps or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. You have to have the belief, and you have to do the work. But it's as much about your capacity to believe in your worth, to do the work, to visualize, your success. It's all a part of the recipe of your success. You have the tools, you have the talent, you have, you deserve what you're working towards. So as long as you do all the steps, you know, you've got the right timing. So it's all right there. This, these two cards absolutely indicate as long as you're working towards your goals, they're right on the horizon. Now, interestingly, in kind of the top position here, the Hanged One. In this deck, it's just called Hanged. Let's see if we can get her in focus. The traditional tarot calls this card the Hanged Man, but more modern decks try to use gender-inclusive language, right? I like calling this one the Hanged One. Just hanged doesn't feel like a full thought to me, so I apologize to the author of this deck, but I'm going to refer to this as Hanged One. Also in traditional artwork for this particular card, the Hanged One looks pretty static. They're just kind of hanging there waiting for something to happen. But I like in this one that she looks, and gender isn't really important, no matter your gender or expression. She's active. She looks like she has chosen to be flexible. She has chosen this sort of gymnastics or this flexible endeavor. And from that, she has gotten this great idea. She's gotten a new vantage point that's given her a new idea or a new perspective on her issue. So that gives her more tools in her toolbox for whatever it is that she's working on. I also really like this silky thing, like she's literally giving herself more, greater muscle. She's building strength as she's gaining better insight. So what might have been for other people a stumbling block or something that seemed to hold them back, she is using this time in this, position to strengthen herself, to build muscle, to become more flexible, to become stronger. And so, if you have gone through a time, before this sort of star card has shown up, if you've gone through a time where things weren't really moving, where things had felt stagnant, using that time to become stronger, to see another vantage point or see another perspective, to strengthen your skills, to hone your craft, whatever it might be, get a new perspective, that only makes this next phase, whatever you're working towards, it makes you all the better for the downtime. Now, the final card we have here is the Death card, and anyone who's a fan of tarot knows the Death card doesn't mean literal death. It means transformation. It means whatever you had been before has to change because you are stepping into a new version of yourself. It's like when you graduate high school, you're no longer a student. You're whatever comes next. Maybe it means you go into the working world. Maybe it means you become a college student. Maybe it means something else. Maybe it means you get married. But whatever, that high school, that kid, you can't be a kid anymore. You're transformed, right? In so many versions of the Death card, there's like a butterfly or a moth because there's that transformation from the caterpillar or whatever the creepy crawly on the ground is. And then there's the cocoon phase where the caterpillar turns to, some sort of gooey thing in the chrysalis and then breaks out, and all of a sudden they are a being that can fly. And the being that can fly can't live on the ground anymore. Now they live in the air and they have wings and everything. So it's a total transformation. So, whatever this phase is, it looks like you have gone through some stuff. Maybe you've had a little bit of downtime and you've had some concern about when things were going to turn around again or when you were going to be able to move forward. There was kind of maybe a little pit stop somewhere, but uh, these cards are saying June is when things start to turn around. And maybe not immediately in the first couple weeks, but it looks like you absolutely have reason to be hopeful that you just keep doing the steps, you keep doing the work that you know you need to do, you keep practicing or putting your resume out there, you keep doing, rehearsing or whatever it is you do that's, appropriate for your industry or your goals or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. If you hit a little, if you're still in that moment of stagnation or you haven't yet seen the sort of forward momentum, or if you haven't moved forward fast enough, you can still use this time to build your skills, to build your flexibility, to get that unique vantage point that is going to give you an even greater advantage than any competition you might have, make you better, all the better for it. So that this transformation that is promised, that is on the horizon, that is coming. It is coming. It's right here. Maybe towards the later side of June, maybe a little later in summer, but it is coming. This transformation is coming. This change, this shift is coming. So Sagittarius, this is pretty huge. This is 4 major arcana cards. Even if it doesn't look like it quite yet in your external world, these cards say these changes are happening. Change is coming. And the most critical thing, the most critical thing is the very first card, which is the Star card. The Star card tells you to be hopeful, to keep the faith, to look forward, to believe in a benevolent universe, and to know that change is going to come and the universe has your back. It's really a beautiful reading, Sagittarius. I hope you like it. I hope you're inspired. I hope you keep the faith. Thank you so much for stopping by, Sagittarius. Take good care. Until next time, bye for now.